Okay, now let's talk about image generation. Click on the page, then click data here. We need some page variables. First, we need to add a new page variable. We will use this to store the status of the current generation task. We can set this as the initial status, create an image variable to hold the AI output. With these ready, let's return to our page. We left some space on the canvas here. The right side displays results for multiple scenarios. One is when the project hasn't started, another is when it has a result, and one is in progress. Let's add a conditional view. Add 3 conditions. The first one is processing. And the other case is to display the result. And then we'll go ahead and add one that is completely empty. This will give us an empty result, which of course is actually just our initial state. Then the first condition is based on the page data we just set. Our status here, when it equals this, then we can also add now when there is a result, the condition is that this page variable equals completed. Okay, and with these conditional view components, we can select all of these components together and uniformly edit their styles. We'll set the width to 100% for all of them. Height 1 FR. Previously, this was set to fit content. We need to set this to 100%. Set this to 1 FR, and the border radius will be uniformly 16. None of them will have a background color, and they'll have a border. As you can clearly see, the border width is set to 2. Then we can edit the details inside. If in progress, show the uploaded image. For the data source, choose the image picker. Set width and height to 100%. Oh, and one thing to note here, for these three previous conditional view child containers, their overflow is set to hidden. This way you don't need to set the inner border radius again. Okay, and when the task is in progress, we also want some indication styles on it. So we can add a view here. Similarly, its position type is absolute. Left, top, and right are all 0, starting from the top left corner. Width is 100%, and height is also 100%. Then we can go ahead and set an opacity for this element right over here. Next, we need to adjust its internal spacing. Let's set the gap value to 8. Then set its opacity to 80% to create a frosted glass effect. Okay, we'll leave the rest for now. Next, add an image and 2 text elements on top. Oh, sorry, this one from before this view needs to be centered. And for the content inside, we can set the image right here. The image will also come from our own uploads. Let's upload this one. Then we simply give it a name. Next, edit the text below. Rename both text elements.